Okay, here's another little fun topic. Gatekeeping. I honestly do think gatekeeping is important, um, because all the stuff that's out there, sure, will it interest some people? Yeah, it will. But I'll use myself as an example. Um, Based on how my tastes have changed over the years and what I prefer now, um, I'm not going to actively seek out tabletop stuff that's like, Vampire the Masquerade or Vampire the Requiem or, well, some stuff where it has me having to act out some sort of like internal horror. Like some how do you say it? External dread? Like, okay, fine. But I honestly, yeah, I'm not going to actively seek it. Like, what I want is basically in Uplift Protocol. I'm not going to go over and knock on the door of all the Invincible, the boys, the Watchmen people, be like, oh, you got to change this for me. It's like, no, my answer to that is, again, Uplift Protocol. Uh, Now, does it take a little bit of drive on your end if you want to see stuff you want? Like, yeah. But don't just go barging into places like, oh, you know what? Like, I hate this aspect of Berserk. I want them to change Berserk to fit me. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. You'd have to swim over to Japan and calmly ask the creator, like, hey, how did you manage to think up this so that way I can just zig and zag where I want to rather than, demand that you change whatever you're writing or doing. And I get that sometimes some people want to help, and maybe they're genuine in that, but in other times they want to basically subvert whatever it is because it's popular, because it has the most eyeballs. So they're going to be like, oh, how can I piggyback on this? Like, that does happen. There's only a handful of things out there that I truly consider myself a bigger fan of. And the majority of it, probably, I would say, yeah, it doesn't really have like much like more mainstream pulp culture eyeballs on it for the most part. And the handful of things that I did enjoy, well, they've been subverted to the point where it's just like, oh, great, so every superhero is infected with Watchmenitis. Yeah. So that's the reason why you find that my channel and everything else won't be covering much of like what I consider the mainstream, or like the big popular franchises to jump on. Well, granted, it's like a like everything else, it's a double-edged sword. Where yes, if your channel mainly covers a lot of bigger stuff, then in order to keep making, if you have it as like a source of income, then yeah, you got to keep grifting on the stupid news of the hour about dead IP number 1 and dead IP number 40. There's plenty of places that will give you plenty of news on what's considered the zeitgeist of popular culture. But, I've learned the hard way that that's pretty much a springboard for, the death cult, the pop cult, and all that other stuff. It's just, I don't mesh with it anymore. Star Wars is a hollowed out former shell of itself, and any other big IP out there that, maybe even started as far back as, the 60s, or even earlier. I think the Doctor Who stuff started a little bit earlier than that. One of the bigger IPs out of Japan that doesn't seem to be polluted by all this junk is the Ultraman stuff, based on what I can see of all of its modern stuff compared to the early stuff I got now. Which, yeah, I'll get the next one when it comes out. I think it was like May 25th that it's coming out. But yeah, the whole tier of this is, basically, yeah, you have to gatekeep your hobbies. You really do. Because while some new fans might want to actually add to it, majority of them want to come in and like, oh, I don't like this part about it, so I want you to change it. Then find an IP or an indie that is overlapping more with your wheelhouse. It's like I don't go out of my way to be like, oh, I'm an expert on X, Y, or Z. It's like, no, I just like what I like. That's about it. I'm not gonna know actually most people, I'm just gonna be like, no, it's like from my point of view, I see this thing as X, Y, or Z, and I'm a stubborn, you know, uh, basically extremely stubborn bitch that won't give up on what she likes. It's just the truth of the matter. Like, I tried other things. I wanted to see why people enjoyed certain things, so I did try in some cases to understand, but it just really wasn't meshing. And that's fine. Sometimes it takes a while. But again, I'm not going to go out of my way to even join a whole lot of tabletop stuff right now because my work schedule is not kind to like even virtual tabletop. I don't have a set schedule. If I was to do any kind of RP tabletop stuff, I might even do a little thing where like you add in stuff, typing out what your character's going to do, and it's more of a text-based adventure. I might do something like that, but really right now I'm mostly concentrating on writing my serial. That's about it. Heck, I might respond a little bit on Discord here and there, but it's like I might put in like, oh, here's a meme I saw, and I'm usually like a month late on most memes in general. Like, I might get lucky and find something that's like that's happening in the moment, but yeah, my online presence, it's basically I'm just doing commentary about what I'm using for writing, what kind of tools I want to use, and that's another thing. Yeah, like with how you want to write stuff, just keep writing. Everything else will fall into place later. Just the only other recommendation I can give you is keep rereading stuff you enjoy and then incorporate what you liked about what another person did and put that into your own stuff. That's fine. But yes, gatekeep your hobbies because most people, I want to err on the side of caution and say, like, yes, they genuinely want to see what everything's about, but of all those people trying to discover new hobbies or new settings or anything else, only a handful it'll really, like stick with them. And that's fine. Test the waters, see what you like. That's about it. Have a good day, everybody.